It's a good music battle question I got asked. Teddy Riley versus Jimmy Jam. Head to head, prime in the 80s. Who I got and why. And it's different criteria. So the criteria is going to be production, instrumentation, arrangements. Just strictly talking as keyboards. I'm taking Terry Lewis out the mix, and I'm going to take Aaron Hall and anybody who worked with Teddy out the mix. I'm just going to go mano. The cuts, the impact, the depth, what I think. Um, as far as the artistry goes, until Teddy Riley worked with Michael Jackson, and all due respect to Bobby Brown, because he didn't really do all projects, but until he worked with Michael Manley, I'm going to say Jam gets the edge because what happened with Janet Jackson. That alone, that impact of that alone is hard when you're putting an artist up when you think about the trajectory. Now, they do have a street vibe going because Control with the Minneapolis sound, which they had a hand in along with Prince and Andre Simone, Jesse Johnson, others, and Morris Day and them, and others involved. But the grooves and everything, but it's a different cadence though. The grooves that Jam came up with is different than what Teddy Riley's New York sound, bass sound was. So there is a difference in how it hits you. The feel of it, the groove of it, the percussions, the drums, the breaks, the vocals. Jam and Lewis hit you with a different cadence. They both were heavy relying on sampling and taking riffs and grooves here and there and friendly rethreads and how they used it. But the thing is that Jimmy Jam working with an Alexander O'Neal or Sherelle vocally in an SOS band, the way they were able to groove early on is so different than what Teddy did. Teddy working with Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown, who long stay artists, very impactful of R&B music, etc., but not exactly what I consider heavyweights that you could really see and having an argument with as far as that goes. So that's what Jam gets a big punch line for. Now, when we get to female vocalists, and of course I just did that, I like the stuff that Teddy had with Carrie Lucas doing those hooks, especially working with Heavy D and the boys when they did more R&B based stuff. I say that I give. Now, if I'm taking what Teddy's production with Aaron Hall compared to New Edition with Jimmy Jam, just taking that in consideration, that's tough. That's a close one. I think Jam and them produced the best stuff on Ralph Tresvant and them with New Edition. But let's keep it 100. That guy debut album was everything. That album was hotter than Hades. And the grooves and the vocals, they set the blueprint for the next decade. So I got to give Teddy and them the edge on that. I give Teddy the edge on that one. Songs Bump 2. Who hit the highest of highest?